Hello, welcome back to It's New. Sorry to report Anu is not here today, but she is live on a PPC live event today. I think they're having some big conference events. So hope it's going well, Anu, and we'll see you back next week. All right. Greg, what are you talking about?
We are going to navigate through some new Google Ads landing page navigation updates.
I'm going to be talking about some fluffy recipe notes in the quality raters guidelines. Gary from Google saying originality is important, and last mod date when you should and should not update it. Mordy, what do you got for us?
More of AI from these AI companies. I can't. I have a pithy. I just can't. I give up. Can't handle anymore. Sorry.
I hear you. Yada, yada, yada. Greg, when you're up.
All right. So yesterday there was an update over on the Google Ads blog. And the title of this was Search Ads and the Importance of Landing Page Navigation. In case you are not an advertiser like Mordy and you are not familiar, there's already been something called a quality score. Sort of looks at your landing page, your keywords, your ads, and all that. This new change appears to be targeting some of those landing pages you arrive on that do not have the ability to either have like backwards navigation or to navigate towards other sections of the site. And then there's also a little statement in there saying if it is not what the user had expected. So if they had clicked on something trying to log in, they get to a promotion page, there's no way to navigate anywhere. Those, even if there are some of those keywords and good relevance with the ad, the keyword, everything like that, and on the landing page, they're going to be dinged. And at the very end of this update, they said, if you are an advertiser and your landing pages are not currently navigable, I can never say that word, we recommend improving your navigation on your site to enable people to get to where they want to go.
So I actually had something to say.
Go.
Change. I once spoke at a conference. I don't remember who it was. I remember the conference. I don't remember which conference it was. But I remember who it was with me. I'm not gonna say who it was. And I said your landing pages should always have navigation because it's bad for your brand. It's a bad user experience. And there's ways to do it where it's not like you can put it in the corner a little. Like there's ways to do it because I understand it's a landing page for PPC. And the dude on the panel just slammed me. He's like, "Yo, you're an idiot. You don't know anything about PPC." Yeah. Well, you're an idiot because now you don't know anything about PPC, guy.
Well, up until the point, to be fair, the person, he was correct. And you see all the time, like these sort of infographics, like the $100,000 landing page and everything like that. And the fact of the matter, you see those like advertorial, fake testimonial pages with no navigation. They work. People use them for a reason.
I'm not saying they don't work. I'm just saying overall it's bad. Like I go to a page like that. I'm like, how do I get the funnel is messy. Every marketer, the funnel is messy. If the funnel is so messy, then how can we not let them be messy with the funnel?
Yeah, I mean, the advertiser wants you to do a certain action, and they take away all the other actions that the user might want to take. And Google's saying, you know what? It's enough of that. Like if the user expecting to take certain actions, they should be able to give in that action. Doesn't mean that you have to have all the navigation elements.
Yes.
It's just
the Barry, you're such a PPCer.
No, that's fine though. You eventually had a big menu on the site and you put a hamburger menu there instead. Fine.
Yeah, and a lot of times we'll limit like some navigation to Barry's point, but you still need to be able to get to the home to every section of the site.
Yes. It's not rocket science, y'all. People hate when they can't.
I'm just used to like going to the site and like, oh, the navigation's not there. Just getting rid of the stuff after the slash and then going back. But I hear you, and I do agree this is a good move, but it's not saying you need all the navigation, so it's not going to solve all your problems, Morty. That being said, solving problems with recipe blogs, the quality rater guidelines, when it was updated a couple weeks ago, Marie Hayington, supposedly Glenn Gave also a while ago actually noticed that they updated the recipe section, basically saying if there's significant scrolling required, or it makes it hard to find like the jump to recipe button, that's not a good thing. And we saw Google actually issue a warning about this back in October 2023, but really nothing has changed. Like those recipe blogs are full of fluff. The quality rater guidelines mentions fluff a lot in the updated guidelines. And it looks like Google's getting serious about like, hey, we want people to find, again, around the navigation stuff, find what they're looking for without having to like scroll a lot or do a lot of, change stuff on their own website. So it's good to see that in there. And I don't know if it's going to make a difference yet because it seems like most of these recipe blogs are pretty fluffy.
I guess now we'll see if the quality rater, I'm sorry, I did this the wrong way. When I was 37, I one time remember a great story about, let me just get to the point, rather. Sorry. Well, now we'll see how well the quality rater guidelines actually line up with the algorithm, huh?
Yeah, I mean, sometimes that takes time, so we'll see. But Google's been talking about this since 2023. So
The other thing, can I just say it? I know that I know like any niche site or nobody wants to hear this, but with recipe stuff, the ads are also a major problem for the majority of the people doing all those big fluffy long posts trying to monetize everything. Like that too.
No, Google said at the Creator Summit, ads are not a problem. You can have 4 million ads and one word on the page, Google said. Now my Twitter account's going to blow up with all sorts of crap now. Thanks a lot, Greg.
anyway, if the ads aren't original, Gary from Google says that you should really focus on originality in 2025. He said it looks like an SEO FOMO from the latest Solis's events that he's running. It was in London. Mark Williams Cook quoted Gary, who was at the conference, saying, originality is something we're going to be focusing on this year. That's going to be important. And basically the question is, what does originality mean and so forth? And that's going to be interesting. Like, how original. You also have to you have to flow with consensus. You can't just make stuff up that's original, assuming. So there is some sense of consensus across the web and that being important, but also originality. And I guess the originality around how you write your content. And I'm sure Mordy has a lot more to say about this type of stuff, because you could write about a topic, yet be original.
You know what this is like? Every day I wake up.
You do?
Unfortunately. Yeah. And I say to myself, I'm going to be a better person today. And I'm full of crap. I just say this to myself.
Do you really?
No, I just kind of lead into being the person that I am. It's like, well, hell with it already. I'm 40 years old. I'm not changing. But if I were a good person, that's what I would be saying. That's kind of what this stuff sounds like to me. Like, yeah, we're looking at original. What do you mean? You haven't been looking for originality for the past 20 years?
I don't know. I guess there's so much content out there that what's going to make one piece of content on the same topic stand out from the other. And again, this is like a topic that Google's been talking about and we've been talking about forever. And he just said it and people quoted it and I covered it.
I feel like
the same SEO content you are right now will continue to rank.
I feel like we're going to hear a lot more originality in the future, though, especially with AI, just because there's no real way to
but they
counter
can't do it
that
themselves. Because they talk about like AI one way in one place, and they talk about AI in another way, another place, and they're all constrained because they don't want to screw with their stock price. It's a mess. I'm done. I'm sorry.
But yeah, I like the original. I wish the internet was full of more originality. When I write a blog post a week now, and it's just like me yelling. I'll use all caps. I'll do whatever it is, and you can tell there is no AI in the world that would write the way I write.
Is originality the new helpfulness?
I think it might be.
Oh, all right. That's a good tweet right there.
And just a quick little note that talking about all caps, Gary from Google went all caps on this, and he said, stop updating your last mod date when you just update your copyright date. Like if you go from 2024 to 2025 in the footer of your pages, don't go ahead and say, oh, the last mod date is updated. It's not enough of an update to go ahead and do that. Then the question is, what is enough of an update to go ahead and change your last mod date on your sitemap files? And that really depends. But 2024 to 2025 is not, according to Gary, in all caps. And then Mordy.
So if you modify your page with the exception of changing the year, or maybe probably anything in a footer, maybe navigation, obviously don't change it.
Navigation, maybe original.
Would you change it? Navigation?
I don't know. It depends how big the navigation changes. It all depends. Again, if you really want Google to pick up on that, I don't think you care if Google picks up on a copyright.
I don't think that's what it's used for at all.
It should be for the main content. It should be for the MC, the main content.
Yeah.
All right, Mordy.
Yeah, a bunch of AI stuff. They're doing more advanced things. I really think it's great and wonderful. Looks like
doing?
I'm just like, come on already. Like it can't. Like this stuff is not good. It's like it's fine. But it's not what you're making it out to be. Like, don't sell me a pig and tell me it's a shawarma. That's my new phrase. Don't sell me a pig and tell me it's a shawarma. Okay, so OpenAI said, okay, now you don't have to require no login to use Search GPT. And then Gemini says, like, we're adding, to the 2.0 family. Was it Flash? Someone insert like that Flash Gordon song, Flash. Which lets you pull in the API. If you're a developer, you can now develop with Gemini 2.0. And then Bing or Google, Microsoft, sorry, it's all the same crap, said, oh, yeah, we're adding think deeper into Copilot, which is just a larger set of AI stuff.
Different than
Yeah, it's
the-
weird. They all
Yep.
announced at the same time. Gemini came out first, right? So Google's like, oh, Gemini 2.0 is available to all users. And then quickly ChatGPT is like, we're going to show Google. And OpenAI is like, we're going to release ChatGPT search to anybody without having them to log in. So it's more like just going to Google. And then Microsoft's like, oh, we need to do something. So what's his name from Microsoft? Yusuf went ahead and said, we're going to go ahead and release Microsoft Think Deeper in Copilot for free for everybody. So
That's what I was missing in my life. Deep
yeah.
thinking.
Anyway, thanks so much for listening to the It's New show. We're back hopefully next week with more. And make sure to check out the various other shows that we do, from Marketing O'Clock to SERPs Up and to My Thing Tomorrow. Everyone have a great weekend. See you guys next. Bye-bye.
Bye.